Welcome back. Woo! God. Yeah, it's the Movie Thing podcast. God, it feels forever since we did this. It's only been like a week since we've done it. A little 2 weeks, I guess. But it's still, I don't know why, that feels like forever. Like, how do we run this show again? Do we talk about books? What do we do?
Yeah, but it's one of those things too where it's like, I'm generally gone. I don't know what it is, but like generally it's like every other week I have to be gone for something, so.
It's like every other week, Nikki G, because this literally, folks, for people who don't know this show, this show started out as something I tried to get the entire crew to do. That wasn't going to happen. The other two pretend to be busy. So, basically this show literally is just me and Nikki G, and we bullshit talk about movies. We just have fun with this show. This is our show where we don't try to be movie gurus. Like, I don't pretend to know what the fuck I'm talking about on this show like I do with the Bloody Screen podcast. So, yeah, without further ado, how you doing, Nikki G?
I'm doing good. It's late August, well, actually it's September now, but,
I know.
One more month, man, and we're getting into that my favorite time of year.
Oh.
Fall, and it leads into Halloween.
Oh, really? Halloween's your favorite time of year? I'm getting to this point where I'm just like, I did just tell you this, but, people don't know this. When you do when you review games just for hobby, for job, I don't think anyone who does it for a job would be listening to this. But yeah, if you review games and you, keep up on it, and you're, getting every new game that comes out, you have no time to yourself. You're just, literally, folks, if you don't know what I do, I literally go work, play video games, do this podcast, and sleep. I do not have a life. I don't do anything else. I mean, occasionally I'll hang out with the fuckers I talk to on this show.
And then you'll talk about the show some more, so it's actually work.
Yeah, honestly, sometimes I do. When I'm hanging out with the other two, I will literally bring up the show with, what my plans are for the show. They can't escape it. They try to. Believe me. Nick, he tries to escape this. He tries to, let's talk about something else. I'm like, yeah, by the way, with the site, I will not let him escape this. I just no, dude, I need to keep you guys updated. I don't fucking care. I am a little bit sad though, Nikki G.
Why is that? So
Friday we talked about the PS4 and how hard it is to get a console. Motherfucker, it's hard to get that goddamn console. I found one of them. I found it one time. It was a Walmart console. It was Walmart had it, but the problem with what Walmart does when you pre-order the console with them, unlike with GameStop where you could throw down $20 and there you go, you got your console pre-ordered. They want you to buy the entire fucking console. They want you to, up front just say, here you go, here's, and the console they got, folks, is basically I'd be buying Xbox One. It's $5. It comes with a game and controller, but it's still $500 fucking dollars. And you know what? I'm saving my pennies, and I'm hoping it's still there. But when I get the $500 ready, I'm just like, bam! I got my PS4. Hopefully it's still there. If not, oh shit! I know I've been touting this whole time, they're gonna be there, but I'm just like, fuck, everywhere's sold out. I am totally dicked. And yet, what's really funny, folks, is I actually was able to find Xbox Ones. I'm just like, yeah, I don't want that though. I don't want an Xbox. I hate to say it. I want my PS4. And you know what? It's not like I make money doing this site, so it's not like it's necessary. I get it, but I really fucking want one. It really is that need to have one. I'm just like, no, I want the new console. I just want it. I want new games. I want to be blown the fuck away by these graphics. I don't want everything to be 720p anymore. I want to be 1080p. I want to be glorious HD. I want it to be so fucking I want it. I want it.
Yeah, I'm probably not as so eager. Well, especially I think it's just because even if the game's coming down later the road, they're still going to PS as well, just because not everyone's gonna have the PS4 right off. So for me,
that is very true.
Yeah, for me it's like, yeah, I'd like one, but it's kind of like, I don't need one at the moment. I'll probably just wait.
Exactly. You get an excellent point right there. We're not going to be up shit creek for the site reasons during that time. Is either way, if I can't get one, then we're still going to be able to show and review all the new games, because they're going to be on every new game except for like Knack and the new Killzone are going to be on the PS4 or PS3 and Xbox and all that. So it's not a big deal. It's nothing. It's just like I said, it's me wanting it. It really is just me like, I want it now. Like, yeah. Oh yeah. God. It's okay. So it's that, and then I gotta, there's something I didn't want to mention on the Bloody Screen podcast, because that's something we kind of we're busy enough on that podcast, so we can't really sit around and bullshit for, half an hour or so. But entire internet, come here, listen up, get closer, come on, get right up to your speaker.
Damn it, sit in your lap.
I wanna, yeah, just listen to Uncle Brandon here for a second. Listen to me, listen good. Just please do this for me. First of all, Ben Affleck being Batman. Tough shit, it's gonna happen. You bitching about it ain't gonna change anything, so shut the fuck up. Literally, I promise you, it's gonna be okay. If he sucks, guess what? They won't make another. And you don't have to see the movie. You wait and hear the reviews, you go see it, whatever. If you don't like it, you don't like it. You can bitch all you want. But this premature bitching shit is really driving me nuts. It's that, and I saw with the Guardians of the Galaxy, someone complaining Bradley Cooper is being, is going to be Rocket Raccoon. I'm like, you haven't even seen a trailer to the fucking movie yet. Shut the fuck up. I am so sick of this premature complaining shit, okay? I mean, it's not like they said, well, in the new Superman Batman movie, Batman, he's gonna be gay. He's gonna be fucking Robin on the scene. They're not doing that, okay? Jesus Christ, people. Just give it a shot before you start being such judgmental little fucktards. Oh god, dude. I'm getting annoyed with this. It's really with the movies. I don't really see it too often with video games as much. But with movies, people will lose their shit over the smallest of things. I'm just, I don't know, Nikki G. It makes me, I can't escape it either, because, especially with the Ben Affleck thing, I keep seeing all these people post up these annoying ass things, even on my own Facebook. These people I consider, quote, friends, and they're annoying the shit out of me with that.
Yeah, I mean, for people who don't know, I had a little, somewhat rant. I mean, I took a lot of it out, from what I could have said, but it's just it was pretty much defending Ben Affleck, saying, hey, just give it a shot, because kind of like you, most of the time I don't really care, just because it's just okay, a lot of people, that's just the internet. People are gonna sit there and they're gonna bitch like they always do before something comes out, before they actually see the product. And at this point I was kind of really, guys, just get off Ben Affleck's ass right now. Just let it be. There's always gonna be new Batman. I don't see a future where there's not gonna be a new Batman movie coming out. So there you go.
Exactly, and you made an excellent point with your rant, people. I almost want to post Nikki G's rant up on our site, because he made excellent fucking points. You made a point saying, Heath Ledger, no one would have expected him to be a good Joker. No one! You tell me the guy from Brokeback fucking Mountain was gonna be Joker, I would have laughed at you and been like, oh god, that's gonna be awful. I mean, how could he be a Joker? Wow, were we wrong. So, that's one of the best examples we can show. And that's everyone's favorite fucking Batman movie too. And that's one of everyone's favorite fucking villains. So, yeah. Checkmate, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
What's next? What are you gonna be like, oh, Daredevil? Guess what? Ben Affleck has won a couple of Academy Awards since then, so go fuck yourself.
Yeah, it's not like they cast Miley Cyrus.
Oh, see, then you have to bring up the second thing I had to get mad at the internet for. Internet. Okay. I understand you guys don't like fucking Miley Cyrus or Justin Bieber or any of those little tween stars. Well, I got a couple news for you people. For all you people complaining. Those stars aren't meant for you. They have nothing to do with you or your lifestyle. They're meant for the young children. That's what stars are meant for. I understand with the Miley Cyrus debacle, with the VH1, whatever bullshit going on there, VMAs. So what? Who cares? Yeah, you saw it. Yeah, you can joke about it, make a few jokes. That's fine. But for fuck's sakes, that's it. You're giving her way more limelight. Guess what she's gonna do? She's gonna do it again. And again. And again, and again, and again. She's gonna be another Lindsay Lohan. She's gonna keep doing stupid shit and getting a rise out of everybody until people stop giving a shit. See, if you just don't care, then he just, it's over. See, honestly, Nick, I did not know what the fuck even happened for, like, the first week. Like, I don't watch the VMAs because I don't give a fuck about what they do. I hate the music of today. So, when everyone was flipping out about, like, my own friends, you know, people on our podcasts were saying, like, oh, Billy Ray, whatever, he must be really upset with his daughter. I didn't know. I was like, okay, I didn't know. I actually had to ask a girl on my work. I was like, okay, what the fuck happened? And she tells me that, oh yeah, she danced like a slut at the VMAs. So what? Who cares? And then what really got me was a friend of ours made a joke, like posted up one of these jokes. It was a stupid fucking joke on Twitter or on our Facebook. I lost my shit. It's really, you know what's really getting to me? It's not so much the internet. It's more my Facebook friends, I guess, that are getting to me. And I know they're not the ones starting it, but I know the shit they are just on the fucking bandwagon. And I just want people just to stop talking about it. One of my own personal fucking idols, a screenwriter for the movie Sinister, he talking about it. I follow him on Twitter, and he's talking about it. I was like, dude, stop it, please.
What did he say? I didn't want to. I'm not even have it or so.
Oh, he's making jokes the whole time. Making jokes saying, like, you know, he made one joke I posted on my own saying, like, you know, it's funny how most people don't even know what the hell twerking was until this happened. And I'm like, exactly. Yeah, that's yes. A very good point. And I laughed about that. But then he also made, you know, he's making funny jokes about it. I just wish he wouldn't talk about it. Like, he made another one talk about how he can't wait for this year's Halloween costume to be, Miley Cyrus and her crazy fucking look she's got. And that makes me laugh. I like his jokes about it, but I just want him to stop. I'm just like, dude, please just let it die. Because people like me follow you. And when they follow you, guess what they do? They repeat your jokes, and then it becomes a whole big old thing again. I just want it to die. I just want it to fucking die. I'm so sick of people. You know, I guess it's just me, Nick. I never understood people caring what the fuck stars do. Like, I don't care what his star does. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, I fucking hate Tom Cruise. He's a piece of shit. I'm like, well, I like the new Mission Impossible. That was actually a fun movie. Ah, that's Tom Cruise. And I was like, it was still a fun movie. I don't really give a shit what he does on his off time. I care about the work you do. If you make shitty movies, then I'm gonna call you a shitty actor. That's it. If you believe that an alien fell in a volcano or whatever, fuck if I care. I don't give a shit about that.
So that doesn't bring you out of anything. So, man, sometimes it's like, well, that's the thing. It's just like, I like Mel Gibson's work a lot. And some of it is like, Jesus Christ, this guy's that, you know, for all the stuff he's done, it's like, God, you know, I don't like it to take away from his work. So pretty much, it doesn't do anything for you if they've done something crazy in real life.
Exactly. It doesn't do. Mel Gibson, perfect example. I love Mel Gibson's movies. He made fantastic fucking movies. Like, the only movie I thought that was meh was, honestly, The Passion of the Christ, because one, I had to read the whole fucking thing, and two, I already knew the story. I kind of, you know, spoiler, I knew how it ended. But I love his work. I loved him in Lethal Weapons. I loved him in Braveheart. I love the fact he directed Braveheart. I even like the fucking Patriot. I know a lot of people don't like the Patriot. I love the Patriot. He goes fucking tomahawking on assholes. There's a scene in that movie where he hits a red coat and just keeps going at it and blood spraying everywhere. Mel Gibson is a fucking fantastic actor and director. Yeah, he's a fucking... he's a Semitic bastard, but I don't care what he does on his off time. That's one of those things. He could be head of the KKK. I'm like, I'm still gonna see his fucking movie. As long as his movie isn't about, like, something about hating Jews or anything, then I'm gonna see fucking film. I don't care. I just don't get people, you know, I know, like, my own family. I talk to my own mother about this from time to time, and she's like, oh, I don't, Tom Cruise, I won't see his movie. She doesn't like Robert Downey Jr., so automatically she hates all the Iron Mans and all that. I'm like, you don't even see the movie, and you're already hating it based on something you just don't like the actor. So, yeah, for people who do that, you know, it's fucking stupid. It's retarded. You judge the people by their work, not by the person they are. Like, I wouldn't want people judging our podcast by who I actually am, even though that's technically what the whole fucking podcast is, just us and us. But, you know, yeah, people, if you want to know how we're like, this is how we're like. Like, literally, I don't create a character for the show. I don't know. That's kind of my whole 2 cents about that shit.
I mean, you kind of brought the point about, screenwriters talk about how, you know, this stuff we've like all the working else, that's nothing new. Especially because, I mean, the biggest reason too why it's so big in the media is just because, it's Miley Cyrus. And I'm trying to bring a race car, but I mean, even you go years back, there's a bunch of African Americans working on YouTube videos years before all this. And so it's just like, just because, Miley Cyrus, does this now, all of a sudden big news, or like what was it, Blurred Lines video with all the naked women in it. It's like, if you can actually go back and there are music videos, with naked women in it before, but it's such a big uproar now and stuff, so.
Oh no, nudity! That's something new! God, it's like a bunch of these people are from the 50s and they just now figure all this shit out, like, oh wow, what boobs? I've never seen the internet before. I was like, give me a fucking break, people. Oh yeah, it's just, ugh. It just really turned into one of those things where I literally, people, if you were ever following, I mean, I've calmed down since then, like, especially, just, if I've calmed down. I've had a couple of rants, though, about this on my own Facebook, just getting mad at my own Facebook friends. Just like, shut the fuck up. I got a real, it's amazing that I even get on Facebook anymore sometimes, because I do get mad about certain shit. I'm just like, when people, like some girls I know, they keep posting pictures of their kids. It's like, I hate to tell you this, your kids really aren't that cute. Stop fucking posting pictures of your goddamn kids. Like, one time I was like, oh, that's cute. Like, 8 more times, I'm like, okay, seriously? You're spamming me with your children. You're spam. Or there's people who keep posting up, fucking, I actually to our other Bloody Screen podcast, Nick, who post up lyrics to songs. And so I got him one day where it was a song from a band called Of Mice and Men. Never personally heard him. So I quote from the book Of Mice and Men, and I'm like, yeah, I don't remember what you put, and I just quote the part, and he's like, well, totally different thing, bro. And yeah, he did say bro. And so I retaliate just with like, well, this one has a retard getting shot in the back head, automatically better. I hate to be that guy, but I don't care how good your gay little screamo band is, but yeah, mine has a retard getting shot in the back of the head. It's automatically more metal than anything they can do. Yeah.
I forgot to ask you too. What was your favorite time of year?
Favorite time of year?
Yeah, mine's fall, just because you get Halloween. I have a lot of nostalgia and just love for Halloween.
Honestly, it's got to be spring. You know what? It's spring. Spring's the time of year where it's not too hot, not too cold. It's nice, but then again, it also brings into this thing where we're starting with the summer blockbusters. We're getting great movies coming out. We're getting better games coming out. Or actually, we're dying on the games coming out. Actually, that's the problem. It's the end of the games before we get that nothing endless little void of summer with video games. But it's just a nice time of year. It's really just I like spring a lot. Plus, I never have to clean up leaves or do anything like that. So it's also that little thing. Plus, I'm just getting off. It also has that wonderful thing where I just got off of winter, and I'm so tired of winter by that point that when spring comes around and I don't have to turn on and off my heaters constantly because people who don't, I turn off the heaters in my car without actually getting those pliers into my vehicle. So yeah, it's a pain in the ass. Oh no, literally this last spring, I would call it, because in Colorado we were getting snow into spring. It was pissing off. So literally, Nick, anytime I turn off my heaters, it would fucking snow. I'd turn them back on, next day it would start melting and all that. I'd be like, okay, it's getting warmer, turn it off. No! I'm like, fuck! And it was getting to me. It was really starting to piss me off. And, you'd be like, well, I have those things like, fuck it, I'm just leaving them on. It just get too goddamn hot. I don't have air conditioning in my car, people. I have to roll down my windows. And, yeah, so, but.
Maybe your car is just magical.
Oh, God, my car just. My car could be annoying as hell. I never got around to buying a knob for my car, so because I'm cheap, and they want $20 for that little knob to adjust your heat in your car, and I would say, fuck you, you're not getting my money like that. That's a little piece of plastic. You don't have $20 worth of plastic in that little knob there, so go fuck yourself.
You're just sitting there with a fork, just trying to twist
literally,
it.
That's what I have to do, dude. I'm not even kidding about this. I literally have to get needle nose pliers and stick them in, or just turn the little knob, because I'm cheap and I'm not spending $20. I've wasted my money, people, but I will not waste my money on that. I will not do that. Anyways, let's get on with our show. Let's get into the top 5, brought to you by me, Brandon. Actually, no, let's brought by Amazon. because that's the ad that's right next to the top 5. So we got interesting top 5. We're going to start out with number 6 because, well, it's a new movie and it didn't even start out in the top 5, so it means it's Garbage Dick. Yay! Which is actually really funny how this started out number 6 because this is the only one. This is one of the few ones I've actually seen a assload of trailers for, too. So, number 6, You're Next. It actually apparently came out in 2011, but just now got a theatrical release, so maybe anyone who was going to see it has already seen it. It's made a total, grand spanking total, this has been a top 5, people, $7 million.
Holy shit. Well, how much it cost?
No.
The budget was?
IMDb did not tell me the budget. They made a grand total of $7 million, which, I would take $7 million in a fucking heartbeat, but that is pathetic numbers, people. Like, that is just sad. Have you seen trailers of this movie?
Yeah, I've seen a lot on YouTube. I've seen some when I was at the theater, but, on TV, I think I've seen a lot on TV, though.
I've seen a lot on TV, because, I'll occasionally watch Adult Swim and stuff, and they played a lot there. Like, I would see, every fucking commercial break, they would have Your Next on, and, what I could tell what Your Next is a bunch of people wear a bunch of, pig masks, are killing people for Blake fucking knows why. I really, normally I'm able to tell the premise of a movie from the trailer. Honestly, I can tell you this is a slasher film. It's one of those, it's like your typical slasher film where the killers are inside the house and they must, we've already had this movie this year, people. It was called, goddamn,
Purge.
Thank you. That's the goddamn movie. The goddamn movie. And The Purge. This movie's already been done this year. Maybe that's why people don't care. We're like, yeah, we saw it. It's called The Purge. I don't know.
I've heard some good things. Yeah. I think I think they probably maybe have made their money, but I'm not sure. $7 million, what the trailers look like, it looks like they're in, a single building on the forest.
No-name actors.
Yeah. I doubt they do anything really for crazy for special effects, so.
Blood effects should be fairly cheap by now,
Yeah, so I imagine it was pretty, not dogging the movie, but, I imagine the budget was pretty cheap, so. Maybe they made their money back, but it didn't, but who knows.
I was a little sad about one thing, though. Elysium is gone out of the top 5. But I will tell you what is in the top 5 when we get to it. Number 5, which is not a surprise that this movie is still going. Planes. Planes number 5. It's not making its Cars money, but it's still making money. It made $1 million this week. Not too good, but made overall of $59.6 million. It's a good thing Pixar has much better movies. If they couldn't be, it would not be as well known if they were making movies like this. That's all I can say.
Well, I think we all know they're still going to make Planes too.
Oh God, I just don't get what's with Pixar and their love of vehicles that talk. I was like, the toys that talk. That was a really novel idea. I really enjoyed that. That was an animated object that talked, and then they had they did Rango, right?
Yes. Wait, I think so. Yes.
I think they did too. I know it was a Disney thing because fucking what's his face when Johnny Depp, but because Disney owns Johnny Depp by now. Yeah. So Rango, that was a fantastic movie. Toy Story 3, fantastic. Cars, bullshit. Cars 2, didn't even want to see it. Planes, already seeming like it's bullshit. Finding Nemo, honestly, I just don't like Finding Nemo at all. It's overrating it. Alright, number 4. Number 4 is a little sad. Makes me tear up a little bit that this would be number 4. But then again, I'm not surprised at all. The World's End. The new Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, Edgar Wright movie. And all I could say is, God damn, this movie rocked. I laughed my fucking ass off in this movie. The World's End was a fantastic movie by those guys. It's, what sad news is, Nick tells me that this is the last one that Edgar Wright was going to do for the series. Of those, basically of Simon Pegg and Nick Frost doing little buddy comedy movies. Which sucks. It really does. I don't want them to stop. I want them to keep going with the genre films. They need to go, they did like a sci-fi, survival horror type thing going on here. They need to go with complete horror. Then they need to go with superhero. Then they need to go... just keep going, guys. Just keep going with genres and making them fucking awesome, okay? Please.
God, I just can't stand those movies. I don't really.
What?
I'm just fucking with you, man. I love those movies.
Oh. I was about to be like, God damn it, Nick. I was about to stop the goddamn podcast for a half second. You're like, you fucking kidding me. You don't like those kinds. Oh, God.
No, I think my brother, I don't think he really gets, but, I have to explain to him, how, I actually love these movies. I mean, those things were, for me, when I first saw the movies, like when I first saw, Shaun of the Dead, I was, at first it took me a while to kind of, well, actually, Shaun of the Dead I actually loved right off. It was Hot Fuzz for me. It was kind of like, it took me a while to kind of get into the mode, but once I did, it was like, okay, hell yeah, I'm actually digging this movie a lot, and anytime it's on, I'll flip over and watch it.
Actually, Shaun of the Dead was that one that Hot Fuzz was for you. Shaun of the Dead was the one I was starting, and I was like, well, this is okay. I mean, and then eventually towards the end, I was like, yeah, I'm digging the shit out of this movie. Hot Fuzz, without a doubt, one of my favorite comedies. I mean, I loved it. I automatically, when I first saw the movie, I was laughing. I was having a good time. I sometimes even see old ladies and just look at them and go, back. And I just wish they would look at me, fascist!
Well, even Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, it was at a convention where someone was asked, are you guys going to keep doing movies? And they actually are going to keep doing movies.
That's good. I hope so. I mean, if Edgar Wright doesn't want to do it, fine. But I want them to keep going. World's End had an interesting thing, Nick. In the other two movies those two have done with this type of comedy, usually have Simon Pegg be the more serious role. Shaun of the Dead, they're kind of stupid, but Nick Frost usually be the more.
Yeah.
This one is the exact opposite. Nick Frost is playing the more straight man, while Simon Pegg is playing the guy who's just like a complete fuck up.
He's the guy who didn't grow up, basically.
Yeah. Well, that's literally the whole concept. That's like the side premise of the whole story is growing up, not living in the past anymore. Because that was the whole thing. Because he kept having everything he did was, shit from the past. Like he still dressed like it, he still acted like everything he did. And then all the other guys have grown up. It's really funny though. One of the guys who I thought was a good star, it was the guy from Martin Freeman from I thought he was funny in that. He was the guy they kept making fun of the whole time, kind of like their kind of beat and stick. And he was pretty good. I liked him a lot. It really has a twist though at the end that you don't see coming. This movie really just what the wow. Yeah, it does have one of those twists where you're just like, oh, did not see that coming. It's people literally get away from your stupid We're the Millers comedy and get away from that shit. See something good. See something worthwhile. Literally, I saw the 10 o'clock showing the night it came out. There was me, Nick, and our friend of ours, Connor, and two other groups of people. That was it. It was a dead fucking theater. And one, that was awesome. Two, I was a little disappointed that it was so dead. I was hoping people, it's sad. It makes it sad. Especially since number 3 is a movie I didn't even fucking hear of. The Mortal Instruments of Sea of Bones. I didn't even hear about this fucking movie. How it beat The World's End?
You know what it is? It's new. It's trying to be the new Twilight. That's what it is. It's,
Oh wait, I have heard of this fucking. Yeah, okay, yeah, I know what movie this is. All I gotta say is the new Twilight. Is like, oh, it's that fucking movie. God damn it, people. Oh, Nick. I
mean, basically, it's pretty much, you got the main character who's a girl who, all of a sudden she's, she knows this weird stuff in her world, and all of a sudden she's pulled in this new world where, these guys that she can, that no one else can see, are demon hunters, and, they go kill demon hunter, and they, kill demons, all that shit. And, the premise on that, just demon hunter, I like that, because, I'm a fan of Supernatural. Don't judge. But, I mean, then it just really turns into, that crappy Twilight movie to the point where it's, even your supposed badass demon hunter characters they're just pussies.
Okay, I remember seeing the trailer to this, and I agree with you completely. I'll be honest with you, they have an opening part of the trailer, when I first saw this, it's like, oh yeah, this looks kind of cool. And then they show what's actually going to happen. I'm like, oh, this is going to be dog shit. I just got on the whole rant saying judge the movie until you see it. This is what I at least say see the trailer before you say this is probably going to be shit. I'm not saying I'm not telling people not to see it. I'm not giving a rating for it. So, I think it's okay. I know I'm drawing some weird lines here, but what's with these movies, these Twilight movies, with picking the most disgusting looking character to be the love interest? Like, not the girl. The girl's fine. She looks fine. I'm talking about the dude. The dude looks like he's like, hides out in parks and fondles little children. Like, what the fuck? Okay, honestly, he's probably like mid-20s, and he's already having the balding thing going on. He's already balding, people. If you've seen this trailer, that blonde dude, he has one hell of a fucking widow's peak. I hate to, sorry to Bogart you, dude, you have a widow's peak.
Yeah, it's still nice, like, okay, I mean, I imagine he's somewhat fit, but he's not, built.
No.
And then, you pale white, so that's kind of just alternating. And then, because, then he has hair back. It's not a real stylish back and somewhat wavy. It pretty much looks like Buffalo Bill.
He does. He has the exact same haircut as Buffalo Bill. That's what I said. He's a creepy looking fucker. I cannot believe that any girl would fall for him. Then again, they probably will, because like, oh, he's so mysterious. And I'm like...
Well, you want to know what the movie was, how it kind of got started, how it was somewhat based off of? It was based off of fan fiction.
Of what?
I have no idea, but it was some middle-aged woman who, just made a fan fiction, and it took off, and that's how you got this movie.
I wonder if they're going to show her blow him at the end. Like, where they finally get done doing all this, and like, oh yeah, no, this is based off fucking fan fiction. This is where, we're going to get into some nasty shit here. Fuck that movie, dude. I understand that women need their type of, action love interest movies. And all I can say is, this is the times where I'm glad that, I'm kind of a single dude. I never have to be drugged to those movies. I never have to see those movies. Number 2 is what makes me really sad that number 4 is The World's End. It's War of the Millers. Not only makes me sad because War of the Millers and Elysium came out the same week and War of the Millers is still number 2. I don't know. I haven't seen War of the Millers, so maybe it's actually a fun comedy. I haven't seen it. People, if you listen to the show, please let me know. Let me know if this is actually a good... If this is a fun comedy, let me know and I will give it a shot. I'll be honest with you. I will take your word for it. I will see it, and I will see if it makes me laugh at all. Yeah, but that's number 2. I don't really know what else we can add to it. We kind of got this one already. Number 1, we've also talked about somehow. Lee Daniels, The Butler, and I have finally seen that trailer, Nick. I did finally see it. You know what it looked like to me?
What's that?
White Skills movie. Not really. Not that bad. It's just the butler who was in the White House for a very, very long time. Apparently, they never hired somebody else. All I can say is, that's kind of messed up. The president should not have a butler. I'm just going to say it right out now. The president should be cleaning his own fucking dishes. He's the president of the United States. He should live by example. Yeah, I don't have a fucking butler. I wouldn't want a butler. I find that, I don't know, I find that wrong. And you know what? I'm not saying if you're a butler, it's bad. It's it's honest, but I don't know. I just can't imagine Nick personally just fucking cleaning up after people, just letting them make a mess and me just sitting there cleaning up. The only butler I would want to be is if his name, if I was butlering for like Bruce fucking Wayne.
Exactly.
Where honestly the dude doesn't make a mess. He's never around, and also I can be part of Bruce fucking Wayne.
Yeah, I mean, something look at, like, if I was ever rich, would I have it? But hell no. Like, I could take care of my own, I could clean my own house for my sake.
Yeah, I mean, how fucking lazy that you can't just, you make something for yourself. If you're rich, you can afford to go out to eat. I don't even need someone to cook for you. I can't be seen around people. Daft, you say. Fuck. I know, honestly, I can't go to the only restaurants I can go to. Honestly, if I was rich, Nick, I wouldn't even go to fancy restaurants because that's bullshit. I do a fancy restaurant when they bring it on that fancy little plate and they give you like a 2 ounces of food. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm paying like $14 for a plate here. Give me something to eat. This doesn't even count as an appetizer. That's why people, if you're like me, you like to eat. You'll go to places like Applebee's. You'll be like, fuck yeah, give me a hamburger. I want a big, greasy fucking hamburger. I want fries to go with that. I go to Five Guys, Nick. Have you ever been there?
Nope.
Fucking delicious. Just, oh my god. Five Guys. It's a hamburger joint. It's off 120th and Sheridan here. Literally, just try it. Literally. You try it. It's probably the best hamburger in town. Like literally, it is that good. Granted, it's not really hard to beat because we don't have the best hamburgers here.
True.
We got that and like Mac Burger. So I mean, it's not like it has much competition. All right, that's our top 5 people. Brought to you by Amazon and Audible Company. Try a free Audible with free audiobook. Like I say, I don't like getting any money for advertising them. All right, let's just go over it. We'll do movie news. This one is news because news, but it's something I really need to sit down and talk with the internet again. All right, so first of all, Zack Snyder defends Man of Steel, but he defends it with a violence. Basically, defends Man of Steel's violence with mythology. So some little asshole. Like, okay, apparently this thing, a couple months ago, BuzzFeed did the whole thing about showing how much damage and how many dead and how many injured and how much it would cost to rebuild. All that stuff of what happened in the Man of Steel. So, I'm gonna say right now, if you have not seen Man of Steel, this is slightly spoilerific. So, if you have not seen it and you want to just be completely, unspoilerized, do not, just stop. Just skip like 10 minutes ahead. Alright, so, people, there's a lot of destruction that happened in Man of Steel. I'm going to try to keep it as little spoilerific as possible. A lot of destruction, and from what BuzzFeed has done the calculations, they say 129,000 confirmed dead, 250,000 missing, 1 million injured, and they would say about $2 trillion to fix it. To fix the city. First of all, BuzzFeed, that's what they kind of did that. But also, it's a fucking movie based on a guy who flies around fighting other guys who can fly around and shoot laser beams from their eyes. So, I'm not really, I don't know where your span of believes in, but seriously, what the fuck? And apparently a lot of people have been complaining because, like in Man of Steel movie, he destroys a lot of shit fighting these guys. Okay, Zack Snyder makes some excellent points, saying, in mythology they have a lot of that happen, a lot of mythology. To have a true disaster, you need to have a high body count. But then I also have to say, Zack Snyder, to add to another point of view for you, this one's for you, Zack. This is supposed to be two titans fighting each other, basically. These are two superpowered human beings, going at it. Of course there's going to be a lot of destruction. There's going to be an assload of destruction. There wasn't just two superpowered humans. Zod had a group of people that were just like him, going at it, fighting. There's going to be a lot of destruction. And in the end piece, of course Superman had to make some dire decisions. If you've seen the movie, that destruction at the end, it really adds to suspense, in my opinion. I don't know. What's your thoughts on this, Nick?
It really does. Spoilers. It pretty much, all that stuff, it kind of adds a point at the end for me, but that would be going into spoilers at that point, so it's kind of, so I can't really go too far into that, so.
And you know what this kind of makes me I read this article, and what this brings up with me is people's attitude with movies lately. It's been kind of pissing me off. So I've had people have been getting all pissy with Man of Steel. People have been getting all pissy with Elysium, saying, well, I want a character development. With Pacific Rim. Well, the movie was a fun action movie, but it didn't have much character development, and then they'll give, some bullshit rating for it. Alright, people. Not every fucking movie needs to be a goddamn, Breaking Bad. Not every movie needs to have that much character development. Some fucking movies, Roger fucking Ebert said this before, some movies are just popcorn movies. They're just movies you can just sit down and enjoy the living shit out of. Excuse me if I don't need every goddamn film to be just overly deep with some fucking meaning. I like my movies. I love the ever-living shit out of Elysium. You know what I actually don't like? And this, you know what? This is going to piss some people off, Nick. You ready for me to say this? You ready for me to say this? And I say don't like, but it's something I cannot get into and I just don't care for. Breaking Bad. I don't care for it. I know, I'm saying it. I've given it a season and a half. I tried to watch, and you know what? For me to like a show, people, for me to get into a show, I have to want to watch it. It's not something, when I'm forcing myself to watch Breaking Bad because everyone's sitting there saying how fucking great it is, then clearly I don't like the goddamn show. I like Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is something where you have great character development, but it's one of those shows where I just can't get enough of it. When I bought season 1, I watched like all of it like with a span of like 2 days. Like I just couldn't stop. When I'm watching this new show, Hell on Wheels, an AMC show. Hell on Wheels, it's a show where I'm just like, fuck yeah, I'm excited when I watch the next episode. It's a nice little fun western. Nick, you should really watch it. I really highly recommend it. Walking Dead, another show. When I watch episode 1, like when I watch one episode of the first season, I'm just like, yes, I keep going. I want to know what happens next. Breaking Bad, I don't care. So, and then like, you people bitching about these movies like, oh, I liked Pacific Rim. I liked it a lot. I liked Man of Steel. Oh, it has too much action at the end. What kind of vagina are you where you thinking something has too much action? And then I loved Elysium. Oh, well, it didn't have a character development. Oh, man, it's not as good as District 9, but it's still something I would recommend to everybody. I don't know. What do you have to say, Nick?
Well, I agree with you on everything. I mean, besides Breaking Bad, I actually pretty much like the show, but, that's nothing held against it.
Well, I know. I knew you were, you were going to be the one person, like, okay, if I were to say this around other Nick, like, if I would have said this around Nick and maybe even Dustin, they probably would have started trying to strangle me through Skype. Because they love the ever-living shit about that show. They constantly post about how great it is. I don't like it. I personally just don't like it. I'm just like, whatever. I don't like this show. And I know I'm that guy. I understand I'm that guy. I don't go around posting though. I don't go around trying to pick fights with everybody saying, well, I don't like Breaking Bad. It's stupid. It's too slow. No, I don't say that at all. I don't do that at all. That's my own thing. Honestly, this is the first time I even openly admitted that I didn't like the goddamn show. Yeah, so that's kind of the whole thing there. But yeah, honestly, I think people stop trying to be that critic. I have to say, because I see it in blog areas all the time, people trying to be the wriggle cricket. If it's not art, it's not worthwhile,
If it's not an Oscar.
Yeah, I know. If it's not Oscar worthy, then I'm like, oh. Sometimes I don't like watching the Oscar. I will never pay to go see an Oscar movie. I mean, it depends what movie it is, actually, honestly. Like, say, okay, King's Speech. Haven't gotten around to seeing it. I'm not going to deny it's a good film. It's probably a great film, but I never would have paid to see that in theaters. Black Swan. Never would have paid to see that in theaters. I don't care what the buzz was about it. Never would have paid to see it in theaters. Like, movies like those, they're artfully made. They have good character development. They have a deep story. Probably great films. I haven't seen either one of those films. Those are just two examples that came to mind. Probably great films. Never got around to seeing. One I did, like, that did win an Oscar and all that, and I do kind of kick myself in the butt for not seeing it. Argo. I want to see Argo. Argo looked like a fantastic film. And that one did have deep characters. It did have probably a real deep story, a great story. And Ben Affleck. No, right? And all I could say is, I would see that movie as well. I mean, I just don't get people's thing where they can't enjoy sides of film. Where they can't enjoy a fun action film, but they also can't enjoy a deep story. They just want everything to be deep and dark and deep brooding. Honestly, I'd be so fucking depressed if everything had to be that. I would be so goddamn depressed.
I think one of the good examples would be The Purge.
Oh yeah. Well, that's a good example against my thing. I'm just saying, you want a movie without characters or anything, watch The Purge. Now, I know there's good movies without characters, okay? Purge is just your run-of-the-mill horror film, I hate to say it, but, yeah. Alright, what's your news stories? Because goddamn, I had it twice in this fucking
Well, Steven Spielberg dropped some directing, Bradley Cooper, an American Sniper. Now, I wasn't so much interested about, Steven Spielberg dropping out of it, but, I mean, the fact they're making an American Sniper movie, which is pretty much based around, Chris Kyle, or I believe that's his name. But he was actually, he's the American Sniper who's holds Chris Kyle. He holds the record for most kills.
Where?
Yes.
What's his record?
I have no idea, but.
Oh, I didn't know if it tells you how many kills he got.
I mean, actually, he was actually on that show, Stars Earn Stripes, which is where they take celebrities and they pair them up with, people in the military, some cops, SWAT team members, and pretty much have to compete. And the guy actually, got killed at a gun range, I think it was last year, I think he was out there instructing some people, him and some other guy, and yeah, some other guy pulled out a gun. Well, not a gun range. I'd imagine they have a gun, but
a gun came out of nowhere at the gun range, and just.
But yeah, I guess the guy killed him, so that sucks. But
oh, that's terrible. What a shitty way. Okay, so this guy's a fucking badass, and he gets taken out by an accidental shooting. I'm like, God, that must suck. It's not like he was taken out by, like, killing the next Hitler or something. That'd be shitty. Let's bow our heads in silence for one of the American badasses. So what was the movie be? So this movie be a sniper movie. So this isn't going to be like the movie Sniper, where two snipers are trying to kill each other, and it's not going to be like Shooter, where it's just a stupid fucking. I know you like the movie Shooter, Nick, but I don't like that fucking movie.
No, I understand.
Yeah, that's one of those movies where I'm just like, yeah, you can like it, and that's fine. I won't judge you for it. I can see why you would like it, but oh, fuck that movie.
I see the flaws in it, definitely.
Oh yeah, don't worry. I like movies where everyone else is like, oh, fuck that movie. Like, honestly, I like Pitch Black and Riddick. I'll admit it. I do like Riddick movies. I don't know why. I understand they're not good, but I like them anyways. Yeah, I'm kind of curious how this movie. It does make me. Well, are they going to? So they're getting. Who's going to be playing as this?
Bradley Cooper.
Okay, that's good. I was hoping they weren't going to do what they did with what was that fucking movie? The movie about the SEAL Team 6.
Zero Dark 30.
No.
Oh, yes, Act of Valor.
Because I seen that movie, and let me just say, they may be bona fide badasses, and I don't want to talk shit about these guys, because they would kick my ass in a heartbeat, without even, they could kick my ass with both their hands tied behind their back, their blindfold on, and their legs chained together.
They'd just kill you with a napkin.
Yeah, I know. They just look at me. I'd be like, I'm down. Smith. Yeah, I'm not talking shit about those guys, but let me just say, Navy SEALs probably don't make for the best actors. So when you tell me an actual actor is doing it, I'm like, that's good. I know I'm watching a movie. I know that things aren't real. You don't need to get them to do that. Okay? I hate to be that guy. Yeah, cool. When is this movie going to be released?
I have no idea. It doesn't say in the article.
Oh, it doesn't. All right, whatever. Well, Bradley Cooper's getting.
Yeah.
Tell you what, that dude's. I like Bradley Cooper for the most part. I think I like him more. I liked him a lot in Limitless. I thought he was great in Limitless, and I like him in more of his serious roles, less than his comedic roles. I'm also going to be this guy again, Nick. You already know what I'm going to say before I say it. I don't even know why I'm going to say it. Not the biggest fan of the Hangover movies. I think they're funny. I do get it. I've only seen the first one, really. I'm going to be honest. But Hangover, I laughed. I'll admit, I'm not above that. I'm like, it has to be a British comedy. No, I laughed. Did I get why everyone lost their monkey mind over it? Fuck no. I do got one quick one. Just a little star. I already mentioned this to you once, but the people need to know if they don't know already. Kurt Russell, rumored to might be in the next Fast and Furious. Snake Plissken, I thought you were dead. No, it makes me sad. Because he did play Snake Plissken. He did play the asshole from The Thing. He played some of the 80 iconic badass motherfuckers with the honestly, Nick, he was the original raspy badass hero. Can you think of any other before him?
Nope.
Of the guy who talks like this and he gets everything done. Snake Plissken was the original badass motherfucker who we see in every video game now. They based it off him. He always had the 5 shadow look. I mean, granted, he always had a mullet, which I'm glad they don't. Honestly, I kind of want a hero to have a mullet nowadays. We have not had a hero with a mullet, but yeah. People who know me, and maybe if you read my Fast 6 review, that's something I kind of stopped doing when I kept writing reviews, and then eventually I just say, done. If you read my Fast 6 review, if you know me at all, you know I don't like Fast and Furious, any of them. Name it, don't like it. So, all I can say is, don't do it, man. Don't throw your career away to this shitty fucking franchise that only D-bags like. And
you don't owe them anything.
You owe them nothing. You owe nerds like me. I'm the one who, I guarantee I go to any of those fuckers who are like, Fast and Furious, one of the greatest movies ever made. I'll be like, really? Have you seen Escape from New York? What? Oh, okay. Have you seen the original Thing? Or not the original Thing, but the 1980s Thing. That's a what? Have you seen Little Big? What was that? Something Little China? Big Trouble Little China? That's a movie? Bro, I like Fast and Furious.
Get out of my face.
I also like The Hangover, man.
Get.
Did I mention I'm a big fan of pot movies?
God. Get out of my face.
Oh, God. People we used to hang out with, Nick, I have to say used to because I haven't hung out with them since, like, say, 2 years ago, since high school. But, yeah, those people, I've gotten big arguments back in the day with those people because they'd be like, Pineapple Express is the greatest movie ever made. I'm like, you are wrong on every level. You might as well just said Barbie's Wild Adventure was the greatest movie ever because you were just fucking wrong. You just, you know what it sounded like to me when you just said that sentence?
And you could understand that?
Barely. I actually had to have a translator. Dustin was like, okay, what he said was he thought that Fast and Furious was the greatest movie ever made. And even Dustin sort of came out like, that movie ever made. Honestly, if you can't make an argument why those movies are good. I'm sorry. I just went on a whole spiel saying you don't need character development to make a good movie. You don't. But you actually need to have something good in your movie to make a good movie. Like, you need something like, a good premise, a good action, good visual effects, good something. I'm sorry, cars are not, they're just cars. You can't make you gotta actually have a good plot to it, I hate to say. Cars aren't really make the best plot. Makes a good game. Oh, to that. Unless it's like Forza, where it's just like, drive on the highway, the video game. But, anyways, I'm just, last news story, Nick, pick a good one. Pick a good one.
Well, I think I'm gonna have to do one that bites you in the ass, kind of. How do you feel about the Expendables? Well, Mel Gibson is actually going to be in the next Expendables. It's kind of old news.
Yeah, that is, I did know about that, but, I know. I knew about that. Pick another. No. We can talk about this. I saw the Expendables 1. I wasn't the biggest fan of the Expendables 1 for reasons of it didn't draw to me. Like, I'm not above stupid action movies because I'll admit one of my favorite 80s action type movie had Sylvester Stallone in it, and it was Rocky, the one that came out, or not Rocky, Rambo. That's it, just Rambo. And it came out in 2008. That's one of my favorite fucking just bloody, just action fun films out there. And I'll admit, there was a couple times in the first Expendables where I just had a blast. Where, Terry Crews has that big old fucking shotgun that just destroys everything. Oh, I was like a kid in a candy store and he's just sitting there. I was like, yeah! But besides that, the rest of the movie was just kind of like, okay. And then I haven't gotten around to watching Expendables 2. I heard some mad things, being that Chuck Norris is in it, and Chuck Norris really isn't I don't like Chuck Norris, people. I think because he became this big old, Chuck Norris is so badass, he made the dancers go, oh, fuck yourself. I mean, literally, I don't know. I guarantee not a single one of those people who make Chuck Norris jokes ever watched Texas Ranger. Just saying. Not a single one of them ever watched that. Not a single one of them know. I guarantee it. So, and if they did, then they're just doing it just to say they watched it. Yeah. And Expendables 3 with Mel Gibson. He's playing the villain, right?
I'm not sure. I know they dropped Bruce Willis, and they're also getting Harrison Ford.
They dropped Bruce Willis for Harrison Ford?
Well, they didn't drop him for, but I know he's just not doing it.
Yeah, probably because the one he was in probably bombed pretty well. And I'm amazed that Harrison Ford's doing it. I thought he was, worried about Star Wars or whatever. I'm really amazed that Harrison Ford's doing it. I doubt he's going to be doing any action shit because I respect you, Stallone and Schwarzenegger, for what you did, but from what you are now, just give it up, guys. You have a lot of money. I understand you guys are still trying to go for the whole, like, oh, we're old, but we're still badass. People don't care anymore. I mean, you'll get some people, like, I love the 80s action movies. I love the ridiculousness of that. I mean, believe me, one of my favorite movies, Die Hard. Fucking love Die Hard, dude. I love Die Hard, like Die Hard 2. I like those 80 cop movies. I like the 80, I love Predator. I like those movies. I like them a lot. I think they beat the shit out of some of the movies that come out today. Tell you what. I'd rather watch...
I've never seen Die Hard.
You shit me. You're just kidding around again, aren't you?
I have not.
You fucking asshole. Okay, alright. So, Yankee G, you got homework now. You got home.
Well, no, I want to say, I'm not even sure if we have the first one. I think we used something, but, I mean, the reason most time is because, I see it on TV, but by the time I flick over to it, it's already in the middle, so it's like, I can't, it's kind of like, I just can't watch it on there, so it's kind of like, even if I was watching on TV, I would have to watch it from the beginning to end. I can't start in the middle, or even at, 10 minutes and I can't start, I have to watch the whole thing, but, yeah, I've never done it so far, and I'm probably looking forward.
That's worse than me saying I don't like Breaking Bad. That's worse. You saying you've never seen Die Hard is worse than that. God. See, I'm usually not the guy to say, like, what, you haven't seen that movie? Because most people, like, when people, like, I remember some girl saying, like, I never seen Harry Potter. I'm like, well, you didn't miss anything. And some people would be like, well, you haven't seen Harry Potter. I'm like, guys, it's not that good. But Die Hard, oh, God damn it, Nick. Well, Nick just got himself a Christmas gift, because it's going to be like $5 to get this fucking movie. Ugh. Then you got to watch Die Hard 2, Die Hard with a Vengeance, and then you can stop. Because I saw Live Free or Die Hard, and I don't care what Nick says. He said he liked the last Die Hard, which was like Die Hard, like dick in the ass. I don't know what it was called, but it was stupid. All right, I already could tell you it was stupid. Yeah, basically the best one was Die Hard 1. Die Hard 2 is okay. Die Hard 3 is awesome just because it has Samuel L. Jackson and Bruce Willis going back and forth. Yeah, so... Oh! You know what? We're done.
Maybe I'll order it when I get 310 to Yuma.
310 to Yuma is fucking awesome too, but that one I wouldn't get mad at.
I love that movie.
Seeing it. If someone like, yeah, I never saw the remake of 310 to Yuma, I'm like, well, you should see it, But god damn it, it's like when you said you never saw the second Predator or any Predator. I'm like, god damn it! I grew up on these fucking movies, Nick. I grew up watching Predator. I grew up watching... It's probably why I'm so fucked up. I grew up watching Predator. I grew up watching that. I even saw Escape... I didn't grow up watching Escape from New York, but I saw it anyways. The Thing, one of my favorite fucking horror movies. Have you seen The Thing? Okay.
Yes, and for horror movies, I want to save that for the possible Halloween show for the next...
Yeah, maybe. Alright, that's it, everybody. We're coming up on that hour mark. First and foremost, if you're watching this or listening to this, you shouldn't really be watching anything because we only have a picture just floating around the entire time. If you're listening to this on YouTube, and you want it ad-free, go to our website, bloodyscreen.weebly.com. That is also where you go to comment, to let us know what you think about some of our shit that we've talked about. We've had one hell of a show, people. What a good way of coming back from, having a week off. Yeah, this has been the Movie Thing podcast. I don't remember what episode we're on of this. So, yeah, we're just gonna call it the Movie Thing podcast. If you have any input about what we've talked about, just throw it in the section. Subscribe, like us on Facebook, yada, yada, yada. Tell your friends if you liked us. If you liked us, or, tell your friends. We could use all the support you can get. So, that is it, everybody. Good night. Come on. I don't want to load when it presses the stop button. Come on. Yeah? Come in! God damn. I never seen Die Hard.